Hey everybody, this is Germ, and this is College Pro Tips, where I take a little bit of time to talk to you guys about stuff that you may be dealing with or facing going into college, first, second year. Maybe people who've been in for 3 or 4 years get something out of this, I don't know, but I'm primarily targeting this towards people in their first or second year of college, which for some of you means you've only been in college for like 2 weeks right now. For a lot of you, this is your first time living away from home for any immeasurable amount of time. This is going to be your first time having to deal with a lot of things on your own, and because of course that's one of the big purposes of college. Yes, it's to get an education, but it's also to teach you how to be an adult, to give you life experience that when you get out of college you don't need to go live in your parents' basement because you don't know how to take care of yourself. You can get a job, you can get a career, you can start to take care of yourself and contribute back to society, help others, etc., etc., etc. So you're learning a lot of new things right now. And one of the things you need to learn as quickly as humanly possible is how to manage your money. Because in college, most of the people you meet are going to do a terrible job of managing their money. Not even getting into the topic of student loans and how crazy some people are when it comes to their student loans. Let's just talk about like your day-to-day spending around campus. Now, if you're on campus, hopefully you signed up for a meal plan of some kind. You know, even if the cafeteria at your school isn't the greatest, there should be some sort of plan that gives you swipes to spend at stores on campus or something. You know, if you went to a school with entirely bad food everywhere on campus, I'm sorry, I guess you just did a poor job picking, but for everyone else, there probably are good, healthy options somewhere on campus, and you should be signed up for a meal plan for those. Try to eat that every single meal that you can. I know it's tempting to go out to eat with your friends. I know it seems attractive. You know, you want to be able to maybe take people on dates, go on dates with your significant other, hang out with your friends at Buffalo Wild Wings on Tuesday night for Wings Night, stuff like that. You know, I know that's really tempting, and I know you're going to want to do some of that stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that stuff in moderation, but it's very, very easy to look back a month or two into college and realize that you have no money because you've been spending it all. So you need to kind of pace yourself. Pacing yourself with your money in the adult world is called a budget, and it's probably time you learned how to make one. Now, if you come from somewhere where budget's a dirty word and you just can't imagine anything more boring than a budget, I understand. I sympathize with you. But really, all a budget is a plan. You're just planning what you're going to do with your money so you don't look back and wonder where it all went. So a budget is something, it's not bad. You can make it fun. You can, well... No, okay, you can't make it fun necessarily unless you're just like a math nerd. And if you're a math nerd, there's nothing wrong with that. I was a little bit of a math nerd in high school myself. So if you don't like budgets, just think of it this way. You just write down how much money you have to last the semester. If you're working, you can write down how much you bring in each week. If you're not working, you know how much money you have. So write that down, and then divide that by the number of weeks you have in the semester. A lot of people budget by the month, which you can do, but in college, since it's only a couple months, it might be easier if you budget by weeks. That's what I did. And then you'll have an idea of how much money you can spend each week in college. And now my recommendation, once you figure that out, is to, at the beginning of each week, go to the bank and take out that much money from the bank. Take it out. Hopefully you have a bank in your area where you're going to college. If your bank is like a local bank back home and you don't have one where you're going to college, then I recommend you fix that as soon as humanly possible, because it's going to be very annoying to do your banking over the phone or online. So I would recommend going to the bank at the start of each week, pull out your money for the week, and just carry that around with you throughout the week. Spend that money until it's gone, and then don't spend a dime extra. It doesn't matter what it's on. Something you're going to have to learn is to tell yourself no. If you want to be treated like an adult, you kind of need to start acting like an adult. It's something adults do, are expected to do at least, is manage their money. Now sadly, a lot of them don't. A lot of them do a really bad job of managing their money. But this is a good opportunity for you to start forming some habits that'll help you for the rest of your life. Avoid credit cards like the plague. Credit cards are targeted at college students like crazy because historically college students, I'm sorry to say, don't have a great track record of making good, smart financial decisions because they want to hang out with their friends, be dressed in the latest fashions, etc., etc., etc. And now that you're an adult, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get a credit card without your parents' permission. So it'll be very tempting most likely, but something you need to know about credit cards. Credit card companies are not your friend. They only exist to make money off of you. And there's nothing wrong with making money in a business. I'm not anti-business or anything like that. I just want you to be aware that this is how it works. They will entice you in with some really attractive offer on a credit card, a nice maybe $500, $1,000, $2,500 spending limit or credit limit. But a lot of the time what they don't talk to you about are the 15% or 20% interest fees on top of everything you're going to be buying. So it's really easy to go out to eat and to go buy some new clothes, do whatever like that, hit the Starbucks up on campus a couple times a week. It's really easy to do that and not really worry about how much money you're spending because it's just on a piece of plastic. Something that carrying around that cash is going to do with you is it's going to make it hurt a little bit when you spend money. When you buy something, especially something you kind of know you don't really need, it's going to make it feel more like a foolish purchase. I'm not trying to make you feel like a fool. I'm just saying that it's going to help you make better decisions with your money because it's going to feel like you're giving away a finite resource rather than just swiping a card and getting something. In case you don't believe me, I would like anyone who's watching this who's already graduated college, or even if you didn't go to college, but you're an adult, you have a career, you're out in the world, why don't you comment on this video and tell the kids here who are just getting into college if you wish you'd taken out more debt or less debt. I'm betting pretty much all of you are going to say you wish you had taken out less debt. The fact is, that's just how it is for most people. You don't need debt to have a good time in college. You don't need to spend tons of money. As long as you have a roof over your head and food to eat, even if it's not the best food in the world, but as long as you're keeping yourself healthy and you have food, you have a roof, you have enough clothes to wear, you don't really need a whole lot of stuff. Especially if you live in America, you've probably grown accustomed to a culture that tells you you need more stuff, better stuff in order to be happy, in order to be fulfilled, and the truth is you really don't. You'd be surprised how much you can live without if you really need to, and when you're in college, it's a perfect opportunity to live like that. If you're trying to think of very cheap or frugal ideas of what to do around campus, without spending a whole lot of money, or what to do for entertainment, this might be a great time to take up hiking or going to see $1 movies at a dollar theater if you have one in your area. A lot of colleges do. Stuff like that. Go to the Frisbee Golf Park or Disc Golf Park, depending on what part of the country you're from. There are tons of club meetings on campus that'll probably feed you good food, and you can just meet other people, hang out, stuff like that. Go to the student lounge with your friends. Just hang out and talk to people, build relationships. You don't need to spend money to do all of that stuff. You don't need to spend money on crap you're not going to need forever. I know whenever the latest iThingy comes out, it's very tempting, especially when you see a lot of people in your dorm going out and just swiping their credit card and getting the new iPad or iPhone or MacBook or something like that. But as long as your stuff works, just keep it. It's fine. You do not need to make upgrades in all of your things. You don't need to buy more clothes. You don't need to do all kinds of stuff like this. And even if you do, there's usually cheaper ways to do it. Just the thing I want you to take away from this video is avoid spending money whenever you possibly can. College is expensive enough. You need to learn how to make smart financial decisions so that you maybe have some money coming out of college, or you don't go farther into debt. Maybe in a future episode we'll talk about student loans, but for now I just wanted to focus on kind of your day-to-day life with money in college. If you have any money-related questions about college, or any questions about college in general, send them to me either in a private message or comment on this video, and I'll do my best to answer them in an upcoming episode. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.